Have you guys seen the woman, the comedian in out of Sarah Cooper, who does Trump's press conferences? Okay, I'm beatboxing, Mandy. You got to help me out. Yeah, I think we're going.
I'm so bad at this.
That was great radio. That was awesome.
Damn good.
Whoa. When Mandy and I are in charge of the audio, we know how to tear this thing apart. Don't you think, Mandy?
Yo, Dave. What up?
Whoa. Wait. West Edmonton Mall.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's
Ah,
my gang.
nice.
It's my gang
That was
sign.
great.
How do you like my new space?
I love
Whoa.
it. You did a lot of work. Did you make all that, the desks and the door
I
and everything?
built everything. Built this
Yeah, I
all.
thought you
This
did.
was just the prairie yesterday.
Oh,
But
it looks like it. I could tell by your pipes, like on your arm, not on your face.
not not this one.
I
This
can't
one
see
right.
any pipes. You did such a good job.
I know. That one right here, that pipe right there, that's a drain pipe. Um uh just hi everybody. Welcome to In the Neighborhood on our Thursday. Mandy and I, we have like well, how many things did we decide we're going to do today? Like 100, 200? It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
lost count.
I know. We have we have planned this carefully. Actually, what I spent more time is going, where the heck can I put, because here's the story. I was in that other room, and that's actually Blythe needs the other room. And so every time I go in there, set my stuff up, do the thing, and then I'd have to take it all out because she wanted in, and we were both like, this isn't working. Well, okay, she was more, this isn't working. And you know what they say, it's right. So I thought I'm gonna try to set this place up.
It's
So this is
right.
I don't have any time. So when people say you're in the doghouse, I'm not in the doghouse as much as I'm just in the basement.
It looks great.
Ah,
I
thanks.
love the book. Is there a sewing machine back there too?
Look, I got this. Do you need that?
Yep.
It's a yeah. Where are you seeing a sewing machine?
Oh, it looks like it like way back, but I think it's just white and white
Yeah,
shapes.
it's just white stuff. There's
Yeah,
granola.
okay.
There's granola back there. There's VHS tapes back there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Did
There's a
you
lot.
guys did you have the whole Disney collection on VHS or what was your VHS? Like what did
You know
you
what I did? I had a bunch of old, because I didn't have kids in the VHS era. But
Oh.
what I did have is like, where you just go buy them at London Drugs, the blank ones. And I'm pretty sure I have all the West Wings on there.
Oh,
Uh,
that's my favorite show. Let's do
yeah,
it. Let's binge watch VHS West Wing show.
just for the first part where it says tracking and it jiggles a bit and then it does that
Yeah.
thing. Uh, yeah, I have some of those. I probably on those VHS tapes have some old BT segments from, I
Amazing.
don't know what. Yeah, me with my frosted tips. I might have those in there. But don't worry, guys, if the stampede comes back, because you're in your storage room, hats are right here.
Oh, lucky.
They're ready to
It's
go.
it's coming back. It's gonna be bolder and better and badder than ever. That was a self plug.
Better portraits
Just
than ever with Mandy Stobo.
bad
Can I
portraits are
tell you about
coming.
my morning? And
Yes, please.
I need your photographs to help me with this. So
Okay.
Johnny and I go for a walk every morning, and today was a rainy walk because
You
it's
ready?
raining in Calgary. So this is the either yeah. So we walked at this corner, and honestly, this is not exaggerating. The most worms I have ever seen in my life. This corn, like they were that little thing where Johnny's standing there. I bet you
Mhm.
there were 50 like balls of worms in that little thing. And John's like, they help our soil. We can't let them drown. So he went and he so instead of going for a walk, I spent the day throwing worms back onto the grass. So
Oh, that is so sweet.
that is my life. Like he was just like, well, there's more, Dad. And I was like, John, there's hundreds of them. He goes, I know. We got to save them. We don't want them
Great
going down
job.
the at one point, I had the foresight to wear gloves, and then he said, "Can I use your gloves?" And then my gloves ended up in that puddle, heaving worms out. So what do you do?
So if
So
you're out there for a walk and you find Dave's gloves, put them on eBay.
I'm expecting, though, Mandy, that at some point there is going to be, I'm going to get letters from worms that are going to say, I was just a worm, but your son saved my life.
Yep, definitely.
So,
Yeah, they'll have little grad caps on and they'll be like, "Look at my life now. Thank you so much, John."
uh, what does
So
that
good.
do? Like, do you ever think, how is that going to show itself when he's 25? Like, is he going to be an adult that, like, I always think, oh, see how much he loves animals? He's going to grow up to be such a sensitive animal loving kid. I don't know. It could have just been this morning and he's never going to think about worms again. But in my head, it's like when they play something on a piano, they just walk by in someone's house. I'm like, wow, John's really talented, right? He's
Right.
probably going to be a star.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it usually sticks. Jack is like Jack is still the kindest human in the world, and those like authentic things, unless Johnny is traumatized by it and starts having like dreams about worms.
That's more Tess.
Derails. Yeah.
Tess will be that one. Well, but Jack is he's super sensitive and has always been,
Yeah.
right? That's just always been him. Is
Yeah.
Luca the same way or no?
No. Not at all. No.
No,
Jack's
not
got everything of a bunch of things, and then
yeah.
Luca got the rest with a little bit of Phil. So it's been fun. It's interesting.
Like if somebody's gonna break something, I mean they're quite different in age, but Luca's more of the one who's just gonna bowl through and start busting stuff. Would you say?
Yeah, probably, but he always has a great argument. So he'll be like, "Well, that is what like I needed to feel at the moment, and you can't take that away from me." And I'm like, "Oh, you're right." I guess keep it up then. I'm gonna go see your other brother. But Jack would
Okay,
never like Jack would never break a rule. He does everything by the book. He's like,
really?
yeah, he's so nervous about not doing things right, and I worry that that was my fault. And so now I'm trying to be like, come on, let's go cross the street, not at a whatever a street.
Yeah.
What are they at a crosswalk? And he's like, no, we can't. And I'm like, I'm your mom. How did this happen? He's the best. He's way wiser and better than me for sure.
Oh, he is such a good egg. Now how old is he now?
He's 14 in a week.
And does he still like people say, oh, when they turn 14 and 13, they never talk to you again, you never see them again for 5 years? Is he like that, or is he still?
Yeah, he's pretty close to that. Yeah,
He
yeah.
is.
Well, because in quarantine, like they didn't get to say goodbye to their teenage friends, and it was such a weird. Like I think for 14 to 25-year-olds, it's such a weird time because there's no, you don't have enough life experience to know that everything's going to be okay,
Right.
and so your future seems a little more scary than it does, I think, for people that have gone through whatever trenches
Yeah.
they have gone through. And so he just likes to FaceTime with his pals and play like when they're playing those games, they're chatting with peers,
Yeah.
right? So he just wants to be in his room and we have to knock. We leave the food at the door. No, I'm just kidding. But we get brief 5 minutes from him. And I keep being like, "Do you want to cuddle? Should we play basketball?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." That's kind of the classic line from Jack. I'm good. I'm fine.
And was
As he
he cuddly
slowly
as a
closes the
kid?
door. Yes, so cuddly. And he would like hold my face with his hands every night. It was
Really?
the best. Yeah.
He doesn't do that
But
anymore.
I just got him onto Modern Family. So now we get to watch Modern Family together and
Oh,
he
see?
giggles his face off. It's the best.
Oh, good. And
Hmm.
Fred Willard's there, so that's all you really need,
Oh,
right?
so good. Yeah.
Uh, okay, I have a question for you regarding screen time.
Okay.
So, because this is something that we have. So I know that you try not to say there's let's not have the rules. Let's just let it be. Correct? Am I right?
Yeah.
So
Um,
how does that work? What happens?
okay. To all the parents out there with strict screen time rules, it's awesome. We didn't go in that direction because both of us are working so much, and we have found that giving access to anything the kids are interested in like a crazy amount, like yeah, go for it. They just don't do it as much because they've done it and they know that it's
Right,
there. It's kind of like the kids that don't get to watch a cartoon except for once a day. And then when they watch the cartoon, they're just like, and you
right.
can't even talk to them because they're so in there. But so they just kind of they pick it up when they want to and they don't. And I think right now, especially, and especially parents that are working, if it's helping your family feel okay for half an hour or an hour, then do it. Don't be hard on yourself about that stuff.
Huh. And then so with Luca, how old's Luca again
He's
now?
5.
So he won't like because I my like this isn't as you can see I've thought about this a lot, and part of it is it's more about what Blythe and I agree on than anything, which is a
Mm-hmm.
piece of that, which I get, so that's important. But it feels to me like if I said to John, okay, he would watch it all, like it would be all day every day forever, but maybe it's because I take it away from him now and then that he feels that way, and if I didn't he wouldn't be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And in our experience, it isn't like, and then we just, you watch the games if they're educational and the stuff they're like you already did that. You did Evil Knievel yesterday. That's a whole course load. Let them go wild on that. Like the amount of accessible information, and I think right now too, they love to feel like they're connected to something bigger than just your home
Yeah,
because everything is crazy, and they're saying like, when is the virus over? And they're little, So
yeah.
I don't know. We're pretty lenient, but if you think I'm wrong, please leave the comments down below.
Love to read them. No, well, and Rob, my brother is more is their home is much more like that, and there so far there's been no murders at their house that I can tell, right? There's been no fire set, nothing. So for all the
Yeah,
things that maybe I would have been worried about, maybe I don't need to worry about them because nobody's murdered anybody.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. When my kid grows up, John, he's going to grow up and he's going to definitely run a worm farm, but all the worms will die because he'll be on his iPad all day. So that's what I got to look forward to. Hey, I was going to say this is, and I'm just chatting here. So if you have other things you want to, I'm just on item number 7 of my conversation 200 list.
Okay.
Um, I was thinking what you and I should do, and those of you that are watching, is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we could just phone shiny people and talk to them.
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking that too. That's a great idea.
so why don't we do that? And why don't we say who are all the shiny people we know? And
I
we'll
put
just,
glitter on my face. You can't see.
did you? You're pretty
I'm
shiny.
trying to be shiny. I think that's a great idea.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was also thinking it could be really fun to get like really, you remember Rob and I were in a film class together, and it was
oh yeah.
amazing. And you just like took classic scenes and then did a cold read of them. And I
Oh
thought it'd be fun maybe if you and I participated
yes,
in that. Maybe not fun
yes.
for people watching, but really fun for you and me.
Because you know what? I did that yesterday with John. He was bored. Tess was playing a game, and I said, let's make a movie. Let's do a scene from a movie. So we printed out, uh, we jumped out a window in Big Hero 6 when he looks like he's kind of drunk. Remember, the big thing
Yeah.
comes back half deflated. So I had
Yeah.
to play the deflated guy, and he played the kid, Hero. And we did the scene at our back door, and he like
That's
directed
so
it.
fun.
So yeah, we should
Uh,
definitely do cold reads.
yeah, and then we can call shiny people and give them, a B-roll in the in the script.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I think it'd be so good.
Okay. So on Tuesday, are you around
Hmm.
Tuesday? Can we do it?
Yeah, you
All right.
bet.
So on Tuesday, who's finding the script? Who's doing the first one? Do you want me? And it's so we'll just and the other person doesn't even know what it is until till we're on air.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
right.
then,
Yeah.
so who's gonna find the first scene? You want me to or you two? It doesn't matter.
I can. You find the shiny third.
Okay. Okay. All right. All
I
right.
think it could be fun.
Okay. I like it. So
Uh,
we're gonna have so next Tuesday it is gonna be a cold read, a movie
mhm.
cold read, COVID cold read,
Cures. Read.
the COVID cure cold capture. Um, so my job is to find a third, and your job is to find a three-person scene that we have a guest star in.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I think this is a great idea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll play that game. I gotta find it. I gotta find somebody, and I'll say, I know that you're a big star, but can you just come and read our play with us? Who am I gonna find in on by Tuesday? Okay, I'll
Well, have you seen oh, what's his name? Teku, what's his name? The guy who was the director of Thor Ragnarok, and he's the new, they just announced he's going to be the next director of the new like whole sequence of Star Wars.
Star Wars, right?
So, because we're no longer in the Skywalker whatever, we're now hitting something else, and he's going to be the director, and he's been doing cold reads with like Meryl Streep and Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever, however you say, like just
Lumberjack,
giant
Benedict
lumberjack,
Lumberjack.
you know, Doctor Strange, but like all these giant stars, and it's like it's the best thing I've watched. It's so
Really
so good. Yeah, yeah. So we'll do the Canadian version.
great.
Yeah.
Goes Canadian, and we should. It's too bad, like we couldn't get folks from like the Beachcombers, things like that. Like get some real quality, quality. The Friendly Giant, Mister Dress Up.
Yeah.
Does that make me seem old? Sure.
No,
Uh,
not at all.
so look at today. It's raining out. Uh, I have worm hunting as an incredible activity today. Anything else? What
Yeah.
do you like to do on a rainy day? For first of all, as an adult, what do you like to do on a rainy day?
Oh, as an adult,
Yeah, and then we're gonna do parents after.
I like to have music on and do puzzles. I'm like a boring mom. Like I like to go back to, when we used to go to cabins and there was no electricity or anything to do. We used to, there'd be like at our old cabin, there'd be like a stack of old Inquirer magazines from
Oh,
like
good.
20
And
years older,
In
and we would
Touch,
like
a bunch
read
of old.
them. Yeah, for a day. I love doing that kind of stuff. And then I have a lot like I have a lot of art and
Mm.
VR stuff to make, so it's kind of a perfect opportunity for that. I'm teaching Jack boxing today because we've got a bag in my office, so that's going to be fun. And movies, like classic movies. I
Oh,
showed Jack True Lies the other night, and I was so excited. So we're gonna do. We
has he?
want to do
Did you watch it
Spy
with him?
Game. Hmm.
True Lies
Yeah,
is so good.
and we're gonna do The Saint today, which is very exciting.
Wow.
It's so good, right? Do you remember that movie? You remember that movie with
No.
Val Kilmer?
Oh,
Oh,
Val
you
Kilmer.
didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, it's so good. I thought for sure you would because you're so
yeah. Into the religion. Is
religious.
that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm trying to say. I used to always think that days like today are perfect for watching all the Godfathers. Well, one and two. You don't need to watch three, it's fine. But watching like old classic long
Yeah,
movies, all the Lord of the
yeah.
Rings, one after the other.
Oh, that'd be a
Um,
good one too.
yeah.
Jack still hasn't seen Indiana Jones, which is like I've been working on this for years and it just doesn't seem to take.
See, I
But
never
I
liked
want to watch
Indiana
all of them.
Jones.
You
I never
didn't?
liked no.
What?
See,
Okay.
here's my dirty secret. There's not many Steven Spielberg movies that I like. I always admired them. Like they're always good, but I always feel like, they're okay. Like I've never Schindler's List was pretty impressive, as was a
Is that
rewatching.
what you're showing John today? It's a perfect, perfect gray day.
Good, because I can say, Johnny, you think you have it bad in the rainy weather. Check out these people.
Well, no, just because you showed him Band of
Saving.
Brothers and wait, Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. What about Jurassic Park? You didn't
Did I
love
tell you about
that?
those of you that have your children watching right now? Did I tell you about in Saving or Band of Brothers? It's 10 hours of war stuff, and in one episode, for about I don't know 15 seconds, like literally 15 seconds, there's a sex scene. And it came out of nowhere, and I was like, so it's like la la whoa 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 whoa, and I didn't even know I was like I it was, and so I just sort of sat there, and I thought I won't say anything. I'll see if he says anything, and then it gets interrupted by the one of the officials comes in, so the guy stands up, and John's like, look, he's naked. Like that was funny. But it was like, wow, I we've not had to deal with that in any of the movies we've watched where like I don't know that he's actually clear on the mechanics. So it was a bit of a funny it was a funny moment of whoa, whoa, I guess we're having this conversation now.
So, any of you home parents out there that are looking for resources to teach these subjects, just give Dave a quick message.
Yeah, I can help you out with violence, murder, and sex. Apparently, I cover everything. Wow.
He didn't mean that. I love you so
Okay.
much. What's your favorite? What is your favorite old movie besides the Godfather trilogy?
The well, they're not that old, but I can always watch uh the one where the Tim Robbins escapes from the jail. Um,
Shawshank Redemption.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that's
always
good.
watch Shawshank. People say,
My
yeah, that's
mom.
because, yeah, you
No,
go.
you go. You go. You go.
It's a little guy heavy. I'm aware that, I mean, a lot of movies historically are pretty guy focused. So I'm aware with that one that I just think it's the greatest film ever made. And a few people have said it's the greatest film ever made if you're a guy. But I don't know if that's true or not. I liked it.
Yeah.
You? What's your classic?
So you didn't go for like Steel Magnolias or anything like that.
Although I remember really liking fried green tomatoes.
Oh, me too. That was one of
Yeah,
my favorite movies
yeah,
growing up. I would watch it over and over and over again. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just so so good. And then my mom would because we weren't allowed to watch much, but we were allowed to watch like movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s and
Really?
musicals and Shirley Temple movies. So we used to watch Harvey a lot. Did you remember that one? It
Yeah, it
was
was a
like
rabbit,
it was
a
so
seven
good.
foot
Yeah.
rabbit.
So
I
maybe I'll
remember,
make the
yeah,
kids do that.
that was a good one.
Because it
It's
makes,
not
yeah,
as
it
good as
makes you
bed
think
knobs and
differently.
broomsticks, but it's good.
No, it's not. It's not.
Um, I always have hated musicals, though. I hate to. That's another one I hate to admit, but musicals,
Aren't
it's
you?
like a movie's so good and it just gets going, and then suddenly you hear that music start in the back, and you're like, oh, if they start singing, and then they do, and you're like, wreck the whole movie.
Well, have you
Yeah,
seen Mamma Mia? I don't think you have.
I have seen Mamma Mia.
Oh, you
That's
have?
fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Never mind.
Well, that was big when I was in Toronto. So all like the musical, so all my buddies were in the tour of Mamma Mia. So I got to go and
Oh,
see. Yeah, so there's a bunch of that
okay.
world.
All right. Amazing.
All right.
We did lots of musicals growing up, and then I was in the pit band. So then I started just focusing on being in the pit band instead of on stage. But my sister was Eliza Doolittle
Really?
in My Fair Lady. She did an
Yeah.
amazing job. Yeah, yeah, I love musicals, but my kids are the same way. They don't love music. Like Jack, I
Ma-
don't think will ever put a costume on and sing on stage.
no danger. What about Nonsense? Now that's a quality
Thank
musical
you.
right
Thank
there.
you for bringing that up. Well, the funny thing is I was on the breakfast television with Nonsense with you, and
What? Oh,
I think you guys know, and a lot of Calgary knows, Andrew McDonald Smith, who's a very incredible actor in the theater world in Canada and an incredible puppet master now. Like he's an incredible one to watch. He was in it as well. So it was him
whoa.
and me, and yeah, so that's exciting, isn't
Well,
it?
this is my name drop yesterday. What did we watch? We watched Night at the Museum,
Mm,
the first
so
one,
good.
and Mickey Rooney's in there,
Hmm.
and I say, or Blythe said, "Weren't you on stage with him?" And I go, "Yeah." Me and Mickey, we were in a show together, and it was just my little name drop, and John's like, you know, and
That's so cool, though.
we watch Black Stallion, which Mickey Rooney is also in. So then it's like, yeah, I'm pretty much a Hollywood star right now in John's
Yeah.
eyes. I mean, I'm slowly as he gets older, I his image of me gets crushed every day. But for now, he thinks I'm a Hollywood guy,
That's
so that's fine.
amazing. So
Yeah.
now you have the task to only show him movies that he's in, and then he'll think that you are the
Yeah.
biggest star. Like,
Oh, another buddy of mine.
oh my
Yeah.
God, he's in another one. He's in all the movies.
Hey, folks joining us tomorrow, before we go, we should let people know tomorrow is going to be a fun show because it's a competitive game show at our happy hour, but it's an incredible family we get to hang out with, isn't it?
Oh, they're so special.
So this family who you're going to meet tomorrow, everybody, is their daughter, who is 6, I believe, has brain cancer, and and so the whole family is going to compete against Mandy and Jim. And the funny thing is, to me, is you guys can't win because you can't say, "Ha ha, we beat the family with the kid with cancer." You can't. How are you gonna? How's that gonna work, right? You can't do
I
that.
know. Well,
Yeah,
Jim has an easier way of doing it than
yeah.
I do, but but
I was
doesn't it?
almost I was almost thinking, should we have put Jim and her on the same team? So it's like cancer against not cancer, but I thought that's just too much. But
Hmm.
great family and super fun. And they have two twins. They have two twins, a set of twins, two boys who are twins, what I'm trying to say. And they're very excited about playing you in Trash or Treasure. One of them's got a trash, the other one's got a treasure. So they're
I'm so
taking you out.
excited. And I
Yeah.
got to meet the beautiful girl.
Yeah.
I taught Beavers Tuesday night, taught bad portraits. She's just the sweetest. And it sure puts it in
Mm-hmm.
perspective, you know? I was not having the best couple days earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can't, there's so many people going through so many things without COVID that
Mm-hmm.
it's just, yeah, it just sure puts it into,
Yeah.
you know, what's important. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So our job tomorrow is to make them laugh. That is our
yeah.
job, to get as much laughter in that family as we can, and as much love in that family as we can. So that is going to be what we do. Um, what are you doing for the rest of the day before you go?
I've got a few meetings, and then Luke and I have a couple projects, and we're organizing all the Lego into colors and sizes, which is really fun during COVID. If you guys want to do that. And then tonight, we're having an amazing Camp Hoo-Ha horse racing, virtual horse racing with Eric Francis, and a bunch of ladies have already done all their bedding. We're getting our derby hats ready, and so that should be a blast.
Wow,
Yeah,
look at you
I know.
guys. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to go upstairs and say, screen time all you want. Mandy says, let her rip,
Don't,
and you go to
don't.
bed whenever you feel like it, and then I'm going to storm out.
No, don't do anything.
Oh, you're
uh,
awesome. Now, I'm just gonna ask Rob, do Mandy and I need to beatbox at the end of this, Rob, again? Do you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so everybody will see you tomorrow. It's gonna be such a great time. We want to thank all our
I love you,
sponsors for
Dave.
helping make this possible. I love you,
Yeah,
Mandy, but I can't say it. I can only express it in what comes natural to me, which is beatboxing.
amazing. I will do the same
Okay,
in song.
Mandy Stobo, Mandy. Waka waka waka. I don't really know how to do this, Mandy.
Yeah, you're doing great. I'm just waiting for my beat to drop.